RABT, Rational Emotive Behavioral Therapy, the science of reprogramming your mind in a nutshell. What you'll gain from this information: an overview of what it means, how it was created, discover some of the fundamental principles of RABT and how it works, learn how to apply the principles to help you gain mental mastery. It will teach you how to deprogram old negative thought patterns and replace them with positive new ones. Rational emotive behavioral therapy is a highly acclaimed science of reprogramming negative or detrimental thought processes, which you can use to regain control over your emotions and transform your life for the better. On completion, you'll be able to explain the science behind how your mind and emotions work, describe how to deprogram old limiting beliefs and patterns, explain how to program in new positive habits, attitudes, and belief systems. The origins of RABT. Albert Ellis, an American psychologist and psychotherapist, is the man who created and founded it. He held MA and PhD degrees in clinical psychology from Columbia University and was certified by the American Board of Professional Psychology. He also founded and was the president of the New York City-based Albert Ellis Institute. He's generally considered to be one of the originators of the cognitive revolutionary paradigm shift in psychotherapy and an early proponent and developer of cognitive behavioral therapies. It's a right mouthful. Based on a 1982 professional survey of US and Canadian psychologists, he was considered the second most influential therapist in history. Carl Rogers ranked first in the survey. Freud was ranked third. Psychology Today noted that no individual, not even Freud himself, has had a greater impact on modern psychotherapy. Ellis's system was created in the early 50s. His proposal that thinking creates feelings and actions was in direct opposition to his training in and practice of psychoanalysis. He created RABT out of frustration. His mindset was that everything was cause and effect in this universe, and that absolutely we can control our minds, our thoughts, therefore our feelings and actions. He was training in psychoanalysis, which is basically a Freudian psychology theory. Ellis, with his scientific mind, knew that we can change our thoughts. He created the system that both deprograms and reprograms the mindset. He thought we could change the way we think, therefore the way we feel, negative to positive. Then our behaviour would change. Ellis wasn't the first to think this way. If you look into history, far back to Buddha, approximately 2,600 years ago, he literally said the same thing. We are what we think. All that we are arises from thoughts. With our thoughts, we make our world. What is RABT? Rational. Are we thinking rationally or are we thinking irrationally? Negative self-talk means you are working against yourself. You're being irrational. Emotive, just a fancy word meaning to have an emotion, simply to have a feeling. Behavioural, your behaviour changes depending on how you feel. Therapy, simply a system for getting better, and you don't have to be sick to get better. RABT is a system for changing your thoughts, emotions, behaviours, and for feeling better, faster. What makes it work is because it is a science of how your mind works. There are a lot of theories out there, but they are all simply that, theories. Freudian psychology, Rogerian therapy, Gestalt therapy, all theorists. A theory is something that might be true, but we can't prove it. Theory isn't scientific yet. Scientific. RABT is the science of the mind, and by understanding how your mind works, there's usually nothing you can't change. Unlock your own happiness. What's good about the system? It is a 98% success rate when applied. It works if you work. You don't need a therapist. You can do this for you. If you have the want to change, there's no resistance to the therapy. It's easy to learn and easy to teach others. It's effective and fast working for transforming your life. And RABT is one of the only systems out there that is an actual science. NLP is another. It can be used forever when you need it. Basic principles. And these principles can change your life. There are 3 aspects of human functioning: thoughts, feelings, behaviour. It's called the basic flow. What comes first, thought or feeling? Has been a long time debate, a bit like the chicken and the egg. But scientists now know, and they tell us, that although it's almost simultaneous, it's the thought that comes first. Those thoughts are then what promotes the feeling. A negative thought will result in a negative feeling: anger, sadness, pain, negative behaviour. A positive thought will result in positive feelings: happy, peaceful, joy, positive behaviour. We think, we feel, we do. So let's follow this basic sequence here. I asked Jackie out on a date and she said no. An activating event. The individual experiences a negative situation or a blocked goal. They want to take this person out, they've said no. They could go on to think, I will never find love. An irrational or faulty belief. The individual reads into the event incorrectly and starts having negative thoughts. The emotional consequence: now I feel hopeless and depressed. I don't want to do anything. The individual has now poor feelings, which just reinforces the faulty thinking. Disputing irrational and faulty beliefs. It's okay, there are other fish in the sea, and I'm a great catch. With help, the individual can change those negative thoughts to change how they feel. Faulty and irrational beliefs often stem from childhood trauma or other periods in life where you're being told something and believe it to be true. Ask yourself, how does this event make me feel? Why does it make me feel this way? Is it what I believe to be true? Or is it false? Beliefs. All these concerns and beliefs around them are things that can produce negative thoughts. But it's how long you continue to think about these things. It's the level of intensity of your focus on the negative that keep you feeling the way you do. It takes going through those thoughts and deprogramming old patterns of beliefs that are running in the background of your mind. We have to dispute, ask, is it true? Then use counter statements. A counter statement to thinking I'm not good at much would be, I might not be good at this, but I'm great at whatever it is. Question your belief system. Disputing irrational and unhelpful beliefs. Is it logical? Does it make sense? Is it scientific? What's the evidence? Is it pragmatic? Is it helpful? Examples of negative thought. Just some of the negative self-talk we subject ourselves to. What evidence do you have to back up those thoughts? Where's your proof? What can you do to make that better? You may not be smart enough to get ahead yet, but you can train or learn. Work. I don't think my boss likes me. I don't think I'm good enough to get a raise. I don't think I will ever find a job I love. At home, I go through things like I don't think I will never find love. My parents are probably ashamed of me. The self-talk. I don't think I'm attractive. I don't deserve to be happy. What evidence do you have to back that kind of thinking up? Challenging a negative thought. In order to move forward and grow in life in the pursuit of happiness, we must challenge the negative and irrational beliefs that we may be holding on to. We have to challenge our thoughts and ask questions. What am I thinking? Why am I thinking this? Why do I think that? Flip the way you think. When you're angry, ask yourself, what am I thinking that's making these angry thoughts? What are my beliefs around the thoughts that cause me to feel anger? How can I get rid of them? That's RABT in a nutshell. You think angry thoughts, you feel angry. You think a sad thought, you feel sad. You think a happy thought, you feel happy. Recognize negative thoughts. Identify what triggered the emotion. Reality check, are you ignoring, minimizing, or exaggerating it? Challenge it. Where's the proof? Are your thoughts definitely accurate? Are there other explanations? Reframe. Reframe so your thoughts are no longer negative, personal, permanent, and pervasive. Consciously change the way you talk to yourself, that inner voice, and when talking to others. Words are powerful, and the way you talk to yourself and others, the words you use, they matter. Be your own best friend. Being your own best friend means staying honest with yourself, question yourself. Be nice to yourself. The first step to becoming a friend to yourself is to treat yourself like you would treat a friend. Imagine how you would support a friend in the same situation. Honour your needs. Stand back from your thoughts. Send compassion to the part of you that's hurting. Your best friend makes your life better. They make it easier. They make it more delightful. Be the best friend ever to yourself. You're capable of being your own best friend. You're capable of giving yourself the same love and devotion you'd give your best friend. So what's stopping you? Be the best friend that you can be to you. Be kind to yourself. Stay positive. The power of questioning. Learn to ask yourself, how or why do I maintain this problem? What do I do that causes or allows people to treat me this way? What can I do to make my life the way I want it to be? You hate your job. What steps can you take to change that? To get a new job you'll love? Don't have any friends? What can you do to make new friends? Join social media groups. Control your focus. Control your mind. We have free will to choose. The negative things in your mind that are painful, the negative self-talk you continually subject yourself to, through thinking about them, you are keeping them alive. You are choosing to keep them with you. You are preventing your own growth and happiness. Your emotional feeling will only last as long as the thought. If you keep thinking negative, angry thoughts, you'll carry on feeling that way. Final words. If we can choose what thoughts we think about, wouldn't it be in our best interest to think positive thoughts? The negative thoughts in your mind aren't serving you for your best interest. Don't worry about things you can't control and have no influence over. Concern yourself with getting to know your own beliefs and values. Treat and speak to yourself like you'd speak and treat a best friend. Don't be your own enemy. Be easy on yourself. Life is hard. Anything is possible if you put your positive mind to it. Sometimes we have to take baby steps in order to reach our goal. You are possible. Love and light.